Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Chicago Bears and the Miami Dolphins. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Fields.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Now it's Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
There we go. Pass the 50. Pass the 50.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
51 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And they'll run again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. the grab. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
2nd and 5. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick-6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick-6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Julian Okwara in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. McCann's kick up and good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips. Run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up, eventually dropped for a huge loss.
This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this returnable for Hill. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Jones on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Fields. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who will reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You might as well give it up the ball.
So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He'll buy some time right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance, knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Let's go now.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw again. They're going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Thanks to play by the kid, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And a good catch there. And, Charles, I'm still scratching my head. How is this guy on the free agent wire?
It had been something that kept everyone in the league from not signing him during the entire offseason. Now they pick him up here early in the year. They've got to make sure that he does all the right things. But if he does, he could be a big-time performer.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to about the 23.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
He's fresh off the wire, already making an impact as expected. He's such a dynamic player.
And I'm still trying to figure out how it took so long for someone to sign this guy. We've all known his potential. We've all known the impact he's had in the league. But now that he's here, look out.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Completion here to Claypool.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Fields.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Again, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 15 now.
Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
That'll give him 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Setting up the screen for Cook. Touchdown, Bears! Dalvin Cook, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears have got it back to within a score. Marr now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by McCann, good,
and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Quick throw complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Next deployed by McCann, up and good. And makes a 3-score game. And moves to 17.
As the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Back to throw, Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week one picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. McCann for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
It's playing the drive coming up. It's certainly not an easy one on third and long. Well, a timeout called for by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Fields.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Chase Claypool from 19 yards away. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown may be a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Jones on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Here we go.
And they'll indeed take a knee. CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Miami, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.